Welcome to my channel. My name is Wenai, and on my channel, I talk about money, investing, self-improvement, and anything that makes your life better. Today, I want to talk to you about a reality that a lot of people are facing, especially young people nowadays, and that is feeling stuck at their current position. A lot of them feel they're not fulfilled at their current job and they don't have a purpose for being there. As a result, some people change jobs every couple months or a year, and others just settle in for their current position but hating their life every single day. We all have been to a grocery store where the cashier just does not want to be there. And sometimes they're so unhappy, I can feel it in the air. And it feels like it was customers' fault to be there because we're such a bother to them. On that note, I just want to point out that if you have a job, doesn't matter if you like it or not, then you have a responsibility to do your job, to perform at your job. Nobody is forcing you to be there. Nobody put a gun to your head to force you to do your job. Well, unless you're working for some criminal organization. In that case, I don't think you'll be here watching my channel. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that work ethic has nothing to do with what you're doing specifically. If you're in customer service, it's your job to service customers. Just like if you're a comedian, it's your job to make people laugh. It doesn't matter if you're in the mood or not today. If you really hate your job, then quit or do something about it. Take action. If you're not doing anything and you're not able to get a different job, then suck it up and do your job because you are getting paid. And now, if you do want to take action, here are some tips and steps that you can follow to fix your situation or find a fulfilling job for yourself. Tip number 1. Pinpoint the problem. In order for you to find a better fit for yourself, you have to first figure out what it is that you don't like about your current position. Is it the fact that you have to be there from 9 to 5? Or maybe it's the people that you have to work with that makes you unhappy. Or maybe it's your pay or your job duty itself. Now it's a good time for you to sit down with yourself and ask yourself some deep and hard questions and be honest with yourself. But again, if your problem is simply you being lazy and you don't want to do anything at all, then ignore this video because no tips can save you from not taking responsibilities for yourself. And for everyone else, let's say your problem is your work schedule. Then it would make sense for you to become a consultant or freelancer or work on project basis. Or you can even start your own business. All of these will give you flexibility in terms of work scheduling. On the other hand, if your problem is your pay, then you should look into opportunities of getting promoted or getting a raise or getting a job offer at competitor's company. Once you figure out what the problem is, here comes to the tip number 2, which is to get an idea of what your dream job is actually like. A lot of times, we idealize things we don't have and things we are not doing. And this is true when it comes to work as well. Especially when we're interested in something, we tend to maximizing the benefit of it and see the fun part of it and not seeing a full picture. Nowadays, it's so easy to find out about something or someone as long as you know where to look. Or if you already know someone in real life who is doing something you're interested, then have them walk you through what their day is like of being in that position. When you're talking to someone, here's another thing to remember. Don't just ask for their opinion, recommendation, or whether or not they think you're a good fit for the position. Simply ask them to walk you through their daily routines when they're doing their job. Because what they like or dislike about their job might be completely different than what you like. So walking through their daily life will give you a relatively neutral perspective for you to find out for yourself if you would like that position. For college students or young people who are just starting out, trying different things, I would highly recommend you to get into that field or get a part-time job or anything that will give you exposure of the position that you're interested. When I first went to college, I didn't know what I want to study. So a lot of friends and families recommended accounting. So I went to college for accounting. After first semester, I wasn't really feeling it. But I didn't know if it was because it was all new to me or I just don't like it. But at the time, I didn't know what I want, and I don't see any other better options. So I decided to get a job at an accounting firm to get a real feel of what it is like to become an accountant, which I did. So I worked there for about a year, and I got an opportunity to see pretty much every perspective of being an accountant. And I have to say that during that year, my life was miserable. I literally would sit on the office floor thinking that there's no hope for my life anymore. So after working there for about a year, I decided to change my major and say goodbye to accounting for good. That experience taught me to try it for yourself. Just because it's trendy, it's hot, or everyone else is doing it doesn't necessarily mean that it will make you happy. So if you're thinking about jumping career, or especially if you're going to something that's completely different, make sure you try it out for yourself, because a lot of times we think one thing from outside and it becomes completely different thing when you're inside. Tip number 3, prepare for the jump. If you follow the first 2 steps and decide that you want to go into something else, now you have to do some work before you make that final jump. Now you have to have a game plan to make sure your transition is as smooth as possible. If you work at a job that pays you commission or bonus, then you want to be mindful of the date you submit your resignation so you can get paid what you're owed. Next, get your foot in the door. Whether it's updating your resume and submit your resumes to different job postings, or network your way to the industry that you're interested in, you have to proactively working on yourself to land this opportunity for yourself and for your future. Tip number 4, don't burn the bridge. If the reason for you to leave your current job is not because you have a horrible boss or some creepy coworker, then try not to burn the bridge. The reason why I got my college internship was because my part-time job working in a restaurant during my college years. And that internship turned into my full-time job after graduation. And from that job, I was able to grow and learn, so I got a better opportunity. And after the couple years of working at my current job, I was able to partner with my old company to start a business adventure for myself while working for my current job. So you never know what's going to happen in the future. If you had an opportunity to learn, to grow, be grateful and be appreciative of the person who gave you that opportunity. Even if you're leaving the company or you're saying goodbye to your coworkers, help them in any way you could. And along the way, when you're in a position where you need help, you find yourself surrounded by people who are willing to lend you a hand. These are the things you can do if you're feeling like you're stuck in your current position or you're not happy about your job. But again, it all starts with you and it all ends with you. You have to ask the question and you have to take the action. So work on yourself and hopefully you can find the better opportunity for yourself to live a happier life. Thank you guys. Bye.